Coming up on the season 1 finale of the Grassroots podcast.
For someone who was not on camera, who was standing, behind camera, laughing my butt off.
Oh, you and me both.
But having to do it quietly is the hardest thing ever.
When you're sitting there for hours editing a show, especially in video, you feel like you get to know your cast and crew on a completely different level.
And have the same conversation multiple times.
The amount of hours I've spent looking into Q's eyes is...
I think the best part is we've got such a good foundation now, and to know that it's only going to expand, improve, grow bigger from this as well. Season 2, hey, it's exciting.
Hi everyone, welcome to the final episode of season 1 of the Grassroots podcast. Yes, we dropped the F word there.
Surprise!
Surprise! This is going to be it for a little while. It's going to give us the opportunity to take a break and work on making season 2 even better than this one has. But before we get into that, I'm joined today by 2 stalwarts of the show. So we've got Jase from Enliven Nutrition and Ellie.
You could almost call me a Stalwarts.
Oh,
sorry.
And
That was so lame.
Could have been the golden oldies or...
Yeah, it's been good having you guys around. Like, you've been here week in, week out with every week of the show, whether you're on the show or not. So yeah, it's been great to have you guys on here. But no, we wanted to take the time to put an end on season 1 so that we can spend the right amount of time to get ready for what is coming next for Grassroots.
Bigger and better and all those buzzwords.
Yeah,
exciting, I think, is the biggest one for me. Yeah,
an opportunity to give more content to our audience.
Absolutely.
Different content. Yeah,
exactly. Multiple forms and formats, and it's variety plus.
But that's it. I mean, this is our 53rd episode that we've released, our 45th weekly episode. So that's over 48 hours of podcasting goodness, including 4 shows that we recorded on location.
Not
And
bad
that was pretty
innings.
exciting.
Absolutely. Do I pull out that stat about how many hours of editing and how much percentage of your life you've
I think you just turn all of my hair grey if you do that.
Let's just say significant.
Yeah. In that time, we've expanded Grassroots to include the weekend preview. Mm-hmm. We've expanded the website. You've got a regular column on there.
I do. Scary as it is.
Just Ask Jase.
Yeah.
So if you want your questions answered by Jase, just head to the website and check out the email address on there and send him your questions.
We're not stopping that though.
No, the website's still going.
Yeah, website is going strong. So
We're not pulling up roots, so to speak.
all of the puns.
Yeah, but no, it's a good opportunity for us all to expand, and it'll be good. And yeah, myself being behind the scenes, I felt that it was appropriate. You can hear me talked about on the show all the time, producer Mick. So I thought that for this special bittersweet sort of episode, that I'd come on and make the announcement and run the show. And
have a run at the host chair.
Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, I've been on the seat a couple of times with when we spoke to Bert and Amelia and everybody repping the country and whatnot. So that was good fun.
Yeah, it was a good one. It's one of my highlights.
It's a good way, I think, to bring up season 1. Because as I was saying before the show, I think you've got the most intimate knowledge of every single episode with the amount of hours that have been spent editing.
It's really weird. I was talking with you about this off camera. When you're sitting there for hours editing a show, especially in video, you feel like you get to know your cast and crew on a completely different level.
And have the same conversation multiple times.
The amount of hours I've spent looking into Q's eyes is, yeah. I mean, they're beautiful eyes, but,
Not ones you're going to forget anytime soon.
Could be a concerned spouse on the other end of this one.
No, never. Wait, mine or Q's?
Both.
Wow. It's all good. But yeah, so we wanted to go through and share some of our favourite moments on this show from the 45 weekly episodes, or even some of the after hours and live shows that we did. I mean, I'll kick things off. One of my all-time favorites was the Christmas show when we had Matt being ribbed about his mansion and his Christmas sacks, and Dave with his skateboard that his mum hid behind the couch.
That is the funniest episode we've done. And for someone who was not on camera, who was standing, behind camera, laughing my butt off.
Oh, you and me both.
But having to do it quietly is the hardest thing ever. I tell you what, my abs hurt so much. And I can't remember what stage it was, but there was one I literally had to walk into the bathroom, walk out of the room into another room just to regroup. I was laughing that much. I had tears in my eyes. That was a really funny episode.
There was one episode actually I remember, and I didn't write this down in my notes, but there was one show where Matt and Dave just absolutely lost it. I think a bit of spit landed on Matt from Dave, and they both absolutely lost it, and we had to stop recording and so that they could both recover.
I vaguely remember Q having a moment too, or he had to, basically either get up and leave for just a second to regroup. But we've had some really good chemistry.
Yeah,
I think it's been one of the best parts.
It's been an absolute pleasure to work with the people that we have. It's the breadth of knowledge that everybody has brought to the table has been phenomenal, and that's not going to stop. We're gonna continue with people with that sort of chemistry and that sort of knowledge, and bring our audience quality edutainment. Would you say?
I think so. I think the best part is we've got such a good foundation now, and to know that it's only going to expand, improve, grow bigger from this as well. Season 2, hey, it's exciting.
Well, look how far we came. From, the first one to now, we had 4 dudes just around a table. Like, there was nothing on the table at all. It was literally, I think, Dave, Q, JFK, Matt here. It was literally just a table, and now look at it. We have fancy microphones, but it makes it sound amazing.
Going back to that editing stat that you led to before, getting these mics made a massive difference. It dropped the time to produce an episode dramatically.
It's the evolution.
That's it, and everything sounds better for everybody at home as well.
It does.
But so, what for you guys have been some memorable moments of the show of the year?
My favourites have been the events that we've gone to. So we did Sports Fest, we did Stampede, Hunter Gridiron League.
Don't forget the premiere.
Yeah, that was our first live show.
First one at the Prem. And even though we didn't do a live show there, I really enjoyed going to the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League finals. Just being able outside, like I think I've said this on the 100 Gridiron League one. I just love being outside and amongst the action that we're here for. Being able
to meet all our Earth movers out there as well. Like last weekend at the 100 Gridiron League finals, there was one of the guys on the team, shout out to Buck, who came to us after the game. Like, unfortunately, he was on the losing side, but he still took the time to come up to us and tell us what Grassroots meant to him. And that was special. That was really special.
It's a community vibe as well. As you said, it's having the opportunity to meet people, talk with people.
That's it.
And just find out what sort of an impact it has had on their lives.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You were speaking with Corey, and the organizer of the 100 Gridiron League, and he told you that as a result of our coverage that they'd ended up with a lot more people going along and taking up the sport, which is what we're all about. Yeah. Like, we want to broaden the coverage of emerging sport and bring it to people's, the front of their mind, and hopefully get them along to try it out and experience something new.
Well, that's why we started up. Like, we're all lovers of these sports, and and we've been involved with the whole. We wish it was bigger. We wish more people knew about it because we know they're going to love it too. So, that's what kicked us off, and to be able to hear from people that we've done exactly that, it's really special. Like, it's really gratifying to hear that, and then that they also enjoy the other things that we're doing as well, especially with you, Jase, like you coming on and giving, like, lending us your amazing wealth of knowledge and experience. Don't you know me? Yeah, but people have commented, on episodes that we've done, like nutrition, health, and specific episodes, just about how much they've enjoyed it, or that they're going to show this episode to their children, or something like that. Like, that's really rewarding too.
Yeah, Brian on YouTube.
Yeah, Brian.
We read your comments.
Yeah,
and,
we do.
We don't always get to reply to them, but no, we getting that sort of feedback, it keeps us going.
Yeah.
That's it's really awesome that the content is that valuable that you feel compelled to share it with other people, and that's what we want to keep doing.
It's opportunity too. I think we're all very lucky to have that opportunity, and I'm really grateful to the opportunity that you gave me, Mick, to jump on board with you guys as well, to have that chance to spread good messages, to improve health, might be performance, whatever it might be, but recipes, general health ideas, product reviews, whatever it is, but hopefully that can make a positive influence to everyone's life in some way, and that was what we all set out to do. It's what I set out to do when I first started doing my job as well, and it marries up perfectly. So
yeah, it's as Ellie said before, the knowledge and the experience that you have, like it's a large part of what our audience can get from tuning in each week. But yeah, like I can't imagine the Grassroots podcast without Enliven's contribution.
Much appreciated. And yeah, so it's going to keep going. So keep those questions coming in, guys.
Yeah,
more than happy to keep going through those. And it's really good to open that inbox and see a bunch of them there. And be like, wow, what are we going to delve into today? And it even it gets me going as well. And there's things where everyone's human. It makes me go back and have a bit of a look at some things just to give you the best, most up to date information that I can, and try and give you much help and assistance that I can as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys certainly are.
Actually, one of my favourite Enliven moments from the last couple of weeks even was when you busted out the fat on the table with Sean and Alyssa, and Sean's attempt to guess the weight of the fat.
Yeah, that was slightly out, but it's I use that in every single seminar that I do, and it's a well-travelled piece of fat. That fat's had a lot of people holding it and experiencing just what the fat looks like and feels like, and it's some people can visualize things fairly well, but to have something tangible in your hands is nothing more, I think, powerful than a take-home message for the people that can't really see things when you're describing it and just feel the gravity of what it is. It was a good moment.
It's that visual element. Like I see it all the time that even for a movie, like 90% of it is audio, but there's still that 10% of visual, and it adds so much. Like if you compare, while we're talking about narrative, a radio play to a movie,
it's easy to do that, isn't it? Yeah. Side note, Michael doesn't like when we touch the microphone stands.
That's one in 3 shows.
Oh, anyway. Radio.
Are we on a 3-strike rule here?
I do it every time.
You look at the experience of going to see a cinematic film compared to the radio drama, like it ups the ante, even though it's only 10% of the message that's being conveyed visually.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an important 10%, and that's what led us to make the decision to do this as a video podcast as well as audio, because you can then read body language and see the chemistry between everybody at the table. So that was a big part of why we went that way, and I think it's been really good. Allowed us to do some visual gags like the Halloween episode, dressing up the set.
That was really good. Yeah.
Having the Christmas decorations around, and the finale for New Year's, dropping the balloons from the ceiling, or trying to.
Got there eventually.
Got there
That's
eventually.
the main part.
You had to bust out the guns to tear open.
There's some guns to bust out too, I tell you what.
That one was another funny moment, trying to get the balloons and the confetti going on.
That was a solid day's work to get them up there. We probably were too cautious about how well we secured it because it just didn't want to come down. It just didn't want to come down.
You just find the happy medium is not that secure, so it comes down nice and quickly, but not up there for life.
I thought about equipping you guys with like Stanley knives to cut it open, but
Oh, was it like we had the string and we pulled it, but the string broke?
the string broke.
Yeah.
And then
We're all like,
just,
It was very anticlimactic.
just like getting up there and like ripping it apart.
you need to watch that episode.
Are you
guys.
still picking up confetti from around the studio?
You know what? There are still little bits and pieces in the table from that. Like I came across some the other week when I was tearing it down for the Hunter Gridiron League episode, and I'm like, geez, that's still hanging around. Wow. But if you don't remember that, we're going to throw to that now, and we'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Let's do it.
What are we counting from?
Let's do 10.
10?
That's long.
That is long.
That is long. 7? Oh, sorry, 7?
7,
7?
All right, 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo!
Hold on, I got one.
I got another one.
There's more. There's more.
There's
Hold
more.
on.
Wait, if you're watching, just stick there. So hang on. These are really cool. These are
Yeah,
like,
these are actually got a lot of
whoa! Hands up, don't shoot. Black Lives Matter.
Oh, these are good. These are
These are gold.
must be from overseas.
That's right.
Made in China, Matty.
So, hold on.
Hey! There we go.
Happy New Year!
So yeah, that was the New Year's episode when we had the balloons coming down eventually. Yes, that was good times.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, another moment where I'm standing off camera laughing silently.
What's even funnier is that we recorded the Christmas episode and the New Year's episode back to back, just so that we could let everybody have Christmas and New Year's with their families. And
We're nice like that.
yeah.
It was a festive moment.
So throughout that entire Christmas episode, that sack of balloons was there hanging above the table.
It could have come down at any moment.
I was very anxious actually behind the set, just hoping and praying that that none of the glitter or confetti would come down in the Christmas show.
And then in New Year's, it didn't come down at all. Oh, irony.
Much too thorough. Much too thorough in sticking that one up.
What about you? What stands out?
Oh, well, for funny highlights is definitely having that chat with Sean about the SMS syndrome.
Oh my goodness!
I get so much mileage, but Sean, mate, that's absolutely gold.
He even got ribbed by one of his clients.
He didn't take the custard apple one though.
No, he didn't. He nearly did.
He almost did. I think I was actually starting to laugh because he took the SMS one that well. But to be honest, I think my biggest ones, JFK put some really strong topics out there. Visualization, seeing it before you see it. Talking about leadership qualities as well. And probably my top one there was having Nathan to talk about mental health, understanding mental health.
Super, super important episode.
It was how it painted the picture. Understanding how things are, why things happen, and removing that stigma was really, really, fantastic. Understanding will do that, and fear is really the lack of understanding, and that's what most people have towards mental health. So.
We wanted to do that episode for a while, but it was about all the pieces falling in place and getting the right person on board that could talk about it with a level of expertise to make sure that it was treated with the serious nature that it deserved.
Yeah, shout out to Nath too. I actually had the chance to catch up with him for coffee this morning.
Awesome.
I just knowledge bombs again. He just blows me away every single time about how the mind works. And guys, go back to that episode. Honestly, there's so many good things in that.
It was great. And, another example of being able to work with awesome people in the community doing awesome things.
Absolutely. And don't forget the grass shots too.
Oh, my goodness.
Those god-awful green. I'm chugging that extra strength one down with Sean again, and Q not being able to get it down.
Yeah, I was almost dry retching when I was watching you guys doing that. I was almost as green as the
Oh,
drink.
no. Oh, I was just pissing myself laughing.
It was quality. To drink something that strong and then have the serious sweats after it.
No way,
that was
you
good.
chugged that down like an absolute champion. You
Oh.
were like straight faced, and then Sean's pulling faces, and then Q looked okay, and then he's like, no, and it just came out back out again.
Oh, no, I was dying inside. Don't worry.
The
He's
rug's
such a great
clean now.
actor.
We got it out. We got the stain out, so that's good.
Poor old Q couldn't handle his greens.
But speaking of guests, we've had so many good guests on. It's been really amazing how many people have, come down to the studio, had a chat with us, or, Skyped in with us.
Absolutely.
Sort of starting with Geordie was our first late night.
He was our first after hours guest.
After hours, and that's another. We were here until from 1 a.m.
Our first two-parter as well.
Yeah, two-parter. Well, it's just we sat down.
We had
for
so many good
We
stories.
just sat down for a chat, and it just
Yeah.
kept going and going and going and going. Got later and later and later, but it still kept going. It was fantastic.
Yeah. That was a real privilege to have an athlete of his caliber on
Yeah.
the show. And he's still doing his thing, still rocking out in the Australian Ice Hockey League, and
Yeah, we've had heaps of great athletes, heaps of great guests on. One of my highlights is Women's Month. We're able to have
Absolutely.
really quality women on, and then the AWIHL finals were in that same period as well, and just heading down there.
Yep,
That was a good time, that was.
it was
heaps fun.
fantastic, and getting it to meet so many of the players and understand that league a little bit better, and the opportunities they have, and some of the obstacles that stand in their way as well. It's good to see them overcome what they have in order to get the quality of competition that exists now.
Absolutely. And again, bring down the barriers for women's sport in general, getting some awareness out, because there's some fantastic competition and level of sport being played by women across the country.
Yeah.
It deserves a much bigger spotlight, and it's starting to happen.
It is. And speaking of, one of our repeat guests who actually launched the Grassroots podcast with us at the premiere, Matilda Quist, is about to go over and represent Australia in the World Gridiron Championships in
it's
Canada.
really exciting.
So she's been getting a lot of press.
Her
lately,
and everyone, actually.
Yeah.
That's been really amazing to see. The women's Outback Gridiron team have had heaps of airtime and newspaper time and mainstream media coverage, which is amazing. And even on
They're on Triple J, yeah?
Triple J Hack recently. They've been on the SBS the feed. They've been in heaps of newspapers and on radio, and it's fantastic to see. I'm just hoping that exposure keeps going and continues sort of into their campaign, and when they get back, because one of the things that when you need to tell the story, obviously, but and their story sort of starts with a lot of women got introduced through the Lingerie League, which only lasted one season, but that's what introduced them. And I think too many people get hung up on the whole Lingerie League, blah blah blah. So when they finally see that these women are kitted up in really heavy gear and they're going hard, they're going home, sort of stuff. I hope more women get more inspired, and they're taking it a lot more seriously, and it keeps growing from what their achievement of actually going to the World Championship, regardless of placing. But obviously they want to do well. You just see some of their posts and whatnot, and they're not going just to compete, they're going to play.
Yeah.
And they want to bring home that medal. So really hoping it when they get home it continues.
Well, even their coach has accolades, as she was the first female coach in the NHL.
Yeah.
The NFL.
Yeah. That's amazing in itself. And she has 2 doctorates. I think it's 2 or 1.
Wow.
Yeah, she's ridiculously accomplished, and by all accounts, a very lovely person as well. So
Awesome.
and she's just as inspiring to hear what some of her comments as well, just about being part of the team and going over there, and and she's very much an ambassador for women's sport in general. Yeah.
Well, we'll keep covering them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely. I kind of stalk them a bit. It's not stalking, it's journalism.
It's being friendly. It's all right.
It's friendly stalking. Staying informed. But yeah.
it's hard to come back from a place like that as well. As you said, how they started up that league. The first impression would have had an element where it would have taken away the serious aspect, and to redefine themselves, which is what's happening now, is so much harder after that initial impression that most people would have. I mean, they're doing the hard yards, and it is, as you said, it's starting to reap the rewards of having that additional exposure, which is great.
Yeah. And speaking of people who moved away to pursue their sport, we had Damien Hoare on board, who moved to Melbourne to pursue his love of lacrosse, just to get extra time on the field and improve his skills. And he's been working with you a bit lately too.
Absolutely. It's like Damo's attitude is something that really embodies everything that we stand for. And we've done some really great work and had been lucky enough to have the opportunity to work with him as well. So shout out to you, Damo. You're putting in the hard yards. It's hard to pick up everything, and a lot of athletes will go through the same thing at some point in their life, where you have to move away from the comforts of home to really focus and prioritise on your game and develop your game and put that forward. He's seeing some great success in his performance, how he's moving along that way. And his other goals as well that are setting the foundation for him to perform at his best. So those are one of those great, warm and fuzzy stories that you can actually see. And he's setting such a great example for people. JFK is always big about, pursuing that dream. If you've got it there, don't let people tell you that, you can't achieve it. That's something as a physical example that people can take away from seeing it, and it's still apparent today. So have a look at Damo on your social media platforms as well for a great example of the fact that it can be achieved.
Yep.
I love his videos on Insta. He does really cute little videos. It's like him in the car. He's like going out to warball today, and him in the car, and then all of a sudden he's like, warballing and stuff. I love it. It's very good.
And he's a great guy to boot as well.
Oh, yeah, that too. Great athlete, great guy. Actually, most of the people we talk to are great athlete, great person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that was another one of our podcasts as well, like being humble or, being more confident, overconfident, whatever it might be, like defining those, having
ego, arrogance versus confidence.
That's the one.
Yep.
That's the one. I'm struggling to get the name there, but... that's fantastic, and that's something that everyone we've had on so far has really embodied. That confident nature, still humble in who they are, but they go out and get the job done.
Yep. It's that balance between knowing that you're good and successful at what you do, but also acknowledging that everybody's got areas that they need to work on still. So there's no point in saying I'm better than everyone. Because that's going to be a roadblock for someone else.
Absolutely. And there's going to be some stuff I think you were alluding to before that, will be coming up in the future on the Grassroots platform, detailing people being quite raw and open and honest about the fact that, we are human.
Yeah.
We're not bulletproof. We do make mistakes.
Yep.
And until you first of all sit back and reflect on that, you can't move forward. You won't, improve yourself. So I think that's another important message, and one that we've highlighted fairly well.
Well, that was where JFK's address to the nation column came from. Was he's been on the show since the start, but he just has so many bombs that he drops of knowledge that we had to give him his own platform to allow him to get that encouragement and those words of wisdom out to more people than just in a podcast when he was able to make it. So I'm beyond pumped to have that piece going out on a weekly basis because that man's got so much wisdom.
He does, and it's it's such a realism thing as well that John brings to the table. I'm really happy I've had the opportunity to meet John and work with him now as well on that professional basis. He's got one of the best work ethics and I think attitudes towards life as well. Yep. I love the fact that he is so supportive of people's individual dreams. He'll do everything that he can to get you the best opportunity to achieve those dreams. He's one of the best support networks that I think the ice hockey community has or will ever see. And, I think if you had the opportunity to get in contact with JFK through NSA, any of their programs, if ice hockey is your dream, your development pathway, you will not get better than that.
Yeah.
Because JFK,
Just the passion.
absolutely, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
You really can't. He really, really cares, and that caring will be the best investment in you.
I don't know how he does it. Like he's up at ridiculous o'clock and goes to bed at ridiculous o'clock and does all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. Like I stay up late like doing my thing, but I struggle to get out of bed at like 7 o'clock.
The thing that gives him joy, but I think, is seeing someone else get the best out of themselves. He loves helping people. It's that whole thing about, instead of someone giving you a gift and how you would feel, you get so much more out of it by actually giving gifts to people. Seeing that reaction. That's your gift. And that's what John, I think, is driven by.
He gets the best out of the people that he works with because his passion is so infectious.
Leadership.
Yep.
He's such an influential, he's a magnet. People will be drawn towards that energy, that aura. But again, he does have that raw side as well. And to acknowledge that you are human.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not afraid. He's not afraid to share that part of himself. And I'm very fortunate that I know him on that level, that we have really good conversations.
That enhances that reputation in my books.
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
So, shout out to JFK.
Yeah, which, all of this that we're talking about, addressed to the nation and Just Ask Jase, your column, that's all on our website, grassroots-sports.com.au, which is where you'll find everything that we do, even all of our podcasts, our video interviews, everything is all up on that site, and there's only going to be more popping up there in the future.
Another one I want to bring up is Eric's blog, which is on our website. So Eric, we know through like ice hockey. We've had a relationship with him in the past, but then he reached out to us. He's pursuing his own dream, and he's making something happen. He's going to play ice hockey, and he got in contact and said, "Oh, would you like me to blog for it?" And I can't remember what I said, but it went along the lines of, yes. I think that would be amazing.
I think we know what your reaction was.
There was a few adjectives.
I'm sure it
in
was
there,
very eloquent and well put together. So Eric's been blogging each week, like letting us know what he's up to, and I can't wait to when he's actually starting to play and sharing his experiences in the beer league. Yeah,
this week is his first one of his experience in the beer league.
In the beer leagues.
Which I'm looking forward to reading as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I love what he said, like last week, I don't even drink beer. Like,
yeah, I saw on his social media that, even though he wasn't there drinking beer with the guys, it was still a really positive and fun, energetic environment that, he really enjoyed himself. So, spoiler to that entry in his blog, but you heard it here first on the Grassroots podcast.
It's what is sport about too. I mean, if we break it down, it's a game and it's enjoyment. And whether that enjoyment comes from just competing, but being in that environment or pushing yourself to get the best out of yourself that you possibly can get, those are all great things.
Yeah.
I love the overcoming fear element as well. Something, Irk talked about was, he'd skated as a kid and then he, did it as an adult, and it was actually quite scary for him to then take steps to progress and then to get to the point where he's like, okay, I want to play, like I want to do more. And then what I really loved is that he signed up and he said yes before he figured out anything else, before he figured out his roster. That's what he said, yes, and he's lucky he did it because spots went in 9 days. Like, that's ridiculous. So and then he worked around that. Like, I just love that he's like, overcoming that fear, the trepidation, saying yes, and really like actually making what his dream come true.
Absolutely.
And like we've been fortunate enough to talk to quite a few people who have, had a dream and pursued it, and they've done it, and we've been able to talk to them about, the steps that they've taken to get there. And it's really good to see, to talk to people who, set a goal, make plans and get to it, and to be able to give it to other people and show them sort of, all right, if you have a dream, these are the steps you sort of can take, or here are the sort of tools that you sort of need to get there. Like if you need that little bit of a push to get there, then we can be that push for you and give you examples in these people. So that's another really gratifying experience as well.
That takes me back to the episode we shot at the NSA Stampede earlier this year, and we spoke with Emma Lindsay, Matt's sister, and her team, the Show Ponies.
I can't remember if they were the show ponies, but they were ponies. They were wearing beautiful blue jerseys and
rainbows had on them. Yeah.
We're counting on a comment below there to actually
clarify
correct the name for us, please.
But that was the first, like they had people in their team that had only just started skating like very, very recently, and they won their division's tournament.
Yeah.
Like they walked home with the $500 check. So that was really cool to see. I remember Emma saying that, her dad's played, her brother's played, and she's always wanted to get that out there and give it a shot. And now she has. And the fulfillment that she's gotten from that and feeling part of that family's dynasty now is awesome to see.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Fear is such a powerful motivator, guys.
Yeah.
And that positive example that we've seen from people succeeding, I think, is something that can be such a great example for people that are struggling with overcoming fear. It's such a crushing and debilitating thing for so many people, whether it's like a towards motivator, like I want to be somewhere, or that away from motivator, like I really am tired of where I am right now. Whatever element that fear is striking, overcoming that, hopefully we've given enough examples for people to see that, it can be done. It may not be easy. It's going to get, you to front up to some pretty, raw stuff again.
Yep.
But, hey, you can't really move forward with that
I think
in your
that
life.
Q's Word of the Week segment was really good in providing some of those examples. Like when you were talking about fear being a motivator, I went back to right then in my head, his word from the Halloween episode, nightmare, the nightmare of what happens when you don't achieve your goal. And coming back to turning that fear around from being something that crushes you to something that motivates you.
That's an away from motivator right there. You know, I don't want to be.
Yep.
And that's enough of a drive to get you moving, then so be it. But, at the end of the day, you're going to get to where you need to be. And,
you've got to have that dream, though, for that nightmare to be effective. Like, you've got to have something to aim for to be worried about missing it.
Get that visualization.
I think those two words go hand in hand.
Yeah, two ends of the spectrum, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Or two parts of the process, should I say.
Yeah. And that's where, like, we got a lot of good feedback about that segment with how it had helped different individuals at different times. And I really liked the word from last week, audible. And I think that that's a very good word for where we're going with this podcast. We're calling it audible and changing the direction, shall we say, and rounding things out.
Exactly, and we're also doing a reflection one as well.
Yes.
So we're having a good point, and like everyone needs to do that.
Dropping those words of the week there, all in
quick succession. But they're etched in my mind, and it's something we should all be doing. To move forward in a positive manner. So
I think that producing the show has definitely made a big impact on my life, just from hearing everything that you guys have said here in each episode, and all of our wonderful guests. Like, sitting there editing the shows together at night. Like, part of my process is I go through and find the most interesting parts to use in our show opener, and it's that process of finding those sections that are going to resonate with people that they stick with me long after I've put the show together, and that's one of the ways that making this show has left its mark on me, and I look forward to the future where it continues to do so.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The other part of the show that's left with me is the funny parts that don't make the cut. The blooper reels.
Oh, there's so much of that.
And because we actually start recording long before we actually kick the show off. So there's so much stuff that ends up on the chopping room floor. And it's a lot of fun. Oh, and we're going to give you guys a peek of some of that. But beforehand, we need to once again thank our sponsor for the season, Glee Coffee, who've kept us going, kept me going all the nights.
Yeah, that's always what's in these cups.
Yes,
beautiful Glee Coffee.
Yes,
except for the Christmas episode.
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
That was extra jolly.
Extra
that
jolly
episode.
glee.
Yes. But look, we're not going anywhere, so you can continue to find us on Twitter at grassroots_AU, on Instagram at grassroots_sports, on Facebook, just look for Grassroots Sports, and our website, grassroots-sports.com.au. Everything that we do will appear there as well. We're still going to be putting out content on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button for when we go live with the weekend preview. You'll get an alert when we throw up any of our coverage that is coming very soon. We've got some exciting stuff that we're hitting the road to cover off, so make sure that you're subscribed and so that you get everything as it comes out. But look, Ellie, Jase, I want to thank you guys for coming on and wrapping up this season with me.
Hey, thank you.
Thank
you for having us.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. But thanks for having us.
Thanks for the opportunity. I think
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest part. Yeah.
And we're going to leave you now with some funnies and some outtakes. But yeah, make sure you continue to subscribe on iTunes as well, because we will have more content when season 2 hits. So we look forward to seeing you then from the Fox Den.
My name is John, aka JFK.
And I'm Quincy, aka Young Quincy Q. No, I'm just playing.
Is that the intro?
That's not the intro. Let's start that again.
Bold.
Now listen to the Grassroots podcast?
Absolutely. I'm already subscribed.
So, we are NSA, and this is Grassroots Podcast.
Dave, did you get through that without saying that?
Well, I was waiting for someone to throw to me about how NSA started.
Yes.
Quincy just went straight away from you.
You can also subscribe to directly.
So close.
To directly. Hey Q, do you know you can now listen to the... come on.
Hi, I'm John, or you can call me JFK.
I'm Quincy K. We were going to do the whole K thing, were we?
No, just say.
Sorry.
Just commit to something. Just commit.
I'm motivated right now.
I'm motivated.
Here's a brief preview. Overview, damn it.
Experience. Or head over to iTunes and subscribe to the... I say iTunes. Hey Q.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. I gotta act like I'm Denzel, this boy. Denzel, baby.
Quincy, you're not Denzel. I don't know what people tell you.
Denzel, cuz.
Okay. Of what the Grassroots podcast is? Don't go too fast. Just read it.
Can I say 2 or is it 4? Do I have to say 4?
Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube. On the YouTube. Come on.
You can go to the YouTube. The YouTube. First,
I've never heard of it. I never heard. What's the YouTube? Is it like the Facebook? Yep, my knuckles are now done.
Not so well. I feel like I'm saying Grassroots a lot.
Michael's gonna be so happy when he gets with professionals. When he has actually actors.
Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. No one looks at the camera. Everyone look at the camera.
I tell you, everyone look at the camera. Don't look at the camera.
I'm Quincy Kennedy, and you are hanging out in the Fox Den. Ooh. Didn't throw it to me. Okay. I'm Quincy Kennedy, and you're hanging out at Thought Fox Studio 1, also known as the Fox Den. And to my left, we have
JFK of NSA.
I was about to say hockey.
Yeah, I told you. The NSA. Brand strong.
Just stop at NSA. I'm sorry, like these guys are like, are these guys professional?
Let's get into it. I know. Let's get into it.
An hour non-stop.
Come on, let's go. There's just like so much. Like,
That's the magic of TV. Is no one's ever gonna see it.
Do you want me to touch your lap?
No,
okay.
If you get this weird odd smell that will make you want to pass out, keep the show going on. All right, don't stop.
What is
Hold
it?
your breath until it fades.
Q ejection.
Q ejection. Yeah.
A fart?
Some people call that. I'm just saying, guys, haven't been feeling the best lately.
I would have felt better if you hadn't mentioned it, and then at the end, like, I would bring it up and it wouldn't be too
Well, I'm
weird.
just saying because like we're recording, so we don't want to cut it in the middle of it. Whoa, what is that?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I'm not going to do that.
That is death.
oh God.
Jason is not breathing anymore.
You just slowly,
Where'd Jason
slowly
go?
lean back. Your legs are just off camera. Matt's like CPRing him outside the curtain.
Mike, can I get a blanket?
He's gone.
He's good.
Is that what it work on? Like
Yeah.
traps?
I agree.
That's it.
Is that shrugs?
Hey, check this stuff. Look at these traps.
You're probably going to get a
So
headache.
big. I got them tatted. Yeah.
Oh, is that new?
Oh, no, they're old. I just
What
wanted
does
to
it say?
boast.
Your
Our
traps.
ADM.
You just want. What did you get?
Traps.
You got traps tattooed on you?
I saw muscle, bro. No bone.
Damn. Yep.
That's super. That's real original too.
Marco.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's right. You have it.
That was a joke. So what would I be? Is there any? Yeah, I wrote words on there, just so it looks like I've done something.
But you can ask those questions too. Like,
Yeah.
like if it's something that.
Like, Quincy, what is that? Like, what is that?
Still trying to figure out how we start this boy. I think we should just hop right into it. Chop and screwed. Chopped and screwed. Jordy Woodrick's in the building. How we doing?
Oh, no,
too
you
bad.
can't.
Sorry.
You gotta delete that one. What? You can't do it.
You can't put that on now.
No, you can't put it.
Oh, yeah, because no one knows this yet. No one knows.
No one knows.
We're living in the future.
We're living in the future. Come on, Q, man. The brand is strong.
So how many have you guys
Had a good story, but they made me delete it. I'm that guy who always releases the mixtape before his time.
Get ready to drop.
Get ready to drop that hot take.
Yeah,
I
You guys are done now.
I might try to sneak in though. I might try to watch. I'll be having like a clipboard with like a disguise. The tickets are for not Jordy Woodrick.
We're going to do a fire extinguisher check.
Let's do it, Q. Alright, so I'll introduce myself. Boom, boom. And I'll be like, hang out with the Fox now. Ready? Yeah. Cool.
Wait, we look? I can't remember. We look as well?
Yeah, not the whole time like Dave.
Dave's just like,
Mike would pause it. But like everyone, like we already went around the table and we're starting the conversation. Quincy's dog and Dave.
Because he's got that spot though. And it's just like,
What do you think about that, Dave?
Yeah.
I'm Quincy Kennedy, and you're hanging out with. I'm Quincy Kennedy, you're hanging out with.
clear my throat as soon as you stop.
Cool. I'm Quincy Kennedy. You can call me Q. I'm here with the team today. Dave Ferrari, aka Mr. My Driveway Needs a.
My driveway needs a passport.
Because Ferrari's a foreign car. Check. I can't hear myself.
Hey Mike, can you turn up my bass, please? The snare. I can't hear the snare. I got too much Dave in my left.
There's nothing I can do about that.
I'm just kidding. It's all good.
Check.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Funk Soul Brother right about now.
About now.
About now.
Oh, I'm Quincy Kennedy, and you're hanging out with us at the Fox Studio 1 called the Fox Den, and I'm here with my team today. How we guys doing, boys?
Yeah, good man, good. Is that the vibe we're going for?
I always want to try that like deep, like late night radio voice. Oh, you're hanging out with
Nailed it.
WCGV, your late night drive home.
All right, let's do this. I'm Quincy. I'm Quincy. I'm Quincy. Are you done stuffing up the podcast, bro?
No, you did.
No, that was you, bro. I'm Quincy. Hello, Eddie. I'm Quincy.
I'm JFK.
I'm Dave.
No, it wasn't.
We were going full names.
I'm Dave Ferrari.
I'm getting hot with the beanie on when I laugh.
This day during the show.
Oh, I have no idea, bro.
He might be all over. He might just be head bobbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be everywhere.
You gotta find me.
I'm gonna
like
be here.
water.
I'm gonna be here for sure. Yeah, like when I get in the mode, I'm like, yeah.
So Q, we're 33 minutes late.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
All right, let's do it. I'm born ready.
Should we do the pews while you're coming in? Welcome to pew pew pew.
He does it way better than us. We're like pew pew.
Pew
Pew pew.
Ding ding ding.
Whoopee for Q.
Bells and whistles.
That's better.
There we go.
You guys go with that.
This is great. I mean, granted, the muffins aren't here. We usually get muffins.
No, realistically, because like America's a free country, you can do that. Am I missing something?
I must have missed it.
Yeah, I missed it too.
No, it's not.
I'm just laughing at it.
Do we start again?
We gotta start again.
I missed it, yeah.
Yeah. Inside joke, guys. Don't worry. Inside joke.
Literally nothing happened.
Oh, man.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sure I'll do it.
Why were you dying? I just kept looking at you that I couldn't hold it.
First time, did I spit on you? I felt like I was spitting. And then when you try to stop laughing, I'm just like, it's awful.
I couldn't help it.
And I can't guarantee it's not going to happen again.
Or something. So since apparently this is a game to you, this is very funny. Go ahead and start us out, Dave. I'll let you go and run this one.
Alright, you ready?
You got some black cotton stuff. And that's on your shirt. Yeah, there you go. I won't be able to look at him the rest of the show, I guess.
Yeah, this is going to be bad.
What have you done?
Yeah, no, I can't fix it. I'll do my best Q impersonation, but that's about it.
Go for it. I'm curious.
No, I'll start laughing again.
Sorry, Q.
Good? No, we're good, mate.
Like right from the top again, or?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
We're running for this.
Yeah, alright, let's do it. Oh, sorry.
I'm Quincy Kennedy.
Oh, come on, Q.
No, get out. Stop.
Did you know that you can't hum with your nose blocked?
There's nowhere for it to go.
Can't do it? Fun fact for you.
That is a fun.
There you go.
That's kind of like the you can't break an egg with these 3 fingers.
What?
I could.
Yeah, it's like
what?
if you hold it a certain way and you use like these 3 fingers or something, you can't break an
It's
egg.
an egg top to bottom. The egg's actually real strong. So even in the palm of your hand, there's a video of Schwarzenegger like doing that.
Really?
It won't break.
Don't believe it.
I've done it.
I've tried it as well.
Seriously?
Yeah.
In the palm of your hand?
No, just the 3-finger thing.
No. Mick, get me an egg.
He's gonna move the wrong way. It's just gonna crush.
Yeah, that's where it broke for me. It slipped.
Mythbusters, Matt Lindsay.
Can you? Did anyone else see
Guys, you a screen.
Creed? I think I saw Creed on like some like New Year's morning show, and I was
Really?
Yes, Creed. I think it was an American one though.
Oh,
And like they took me back. So let's go there. Let's make our skirt. Are you getting this?
No.
Just give me the phone back.
isn't it funny? Everyone loves talking about poo, basically, in general life. But when I actually ask someone how their bowel habits have been in a general consult, everyone gets weird.
My mom loves to talk about poo in that context.
What bowel habits are?
About bowels.
Yeah?
Is your mum a nurse?
Yeah.
Bro, Bristol stool chart. Have you seen the cake? The Bristol stool chart. Someone made a cake.
No, I haven't.
Oh, Google it. The Bristol stool chart cake. You appreciate that. It's got every one of the 6 varieties. They don't have a 7th on there as well. But
What is it called? The barista?
Bristol stool chart.
Oh, Bristol.
Bristol.
Oh, so like barista?
No, not Bristol.
Oh,
Ready to go, mate?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Have you got a jingle?
No.
Grassroots.
Boom, boom.
Oh, yeah.
On the bass notes. No.
This is no SMS. Trust me.
I had someone pull me up at the gym the other day because of that.
About us. Oh,
Yeah.
do tell.
Oh, man. I'm there and a guy's going, oh, listen, I've just went shopping and that and I was worried about this SMS that's going around. I'm like, I'm like, oh, you listen. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I'm glad the word's getting out there now. Unsubscribe. It wasn't the fact that, like, I didn't take it hook, line, and sinker. I took it hook, but I'm the one still getting the punishment.
The hook was lolling around in your mouth.
I even said about 5 times, I'm like, I don't believe it. And you've gone, nah, it's too good to be. And they was just like, oh, yeah, maybe, you know, whatever. Yeah.
It sounds legit.
Yeah. It's like, you know, a famous Kardashian. You just can't believe it's real, but somehow it is.
It is, yeah.
You know, honey, just don't get it.
That's gold. That actually made my day.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I don't think you have.
And don't be dropping the word before I say it. You can tell you haven't been on the show. There's no surprise to it. You can't just take the word.
Oh, are you guys surprised?
We never tell the word before.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who invited this guy?
You're gonna have to find a new word.
No, I'm keeping it.
I love that word.
I know you do. Shut up. Let's go.